IS-2 is still chilling on the front. It's like damage engine. I still have a massive gun. Now run.
Oh! Oh! Okay then. Understandable.
Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17 here bringing you another COH2 replay. This is a replay, it's a 2v2. Right now on the Axis side we have Little Koosh and Joey G, and Johnny is joining me as well. Johnny, who's on the other side?
YHYHYHYHJ and Senko.
Yes, we have the strategic zoom ability on so we can go out farther, and also I gave Johnny those names because by God, they're always tougher, and, you know, I'll give him more work, because that's fine. That's fair. Right, Johnny?
That's how this works, definitely.
Exactly. Anyway, while the initial battle with Stern Pioneers versus some Soviet engineers happened on the right, just a quick reminder, this was submitted by a patron. If you want to be a patron and support me on the channel, the link is down below. Shortly, I'll be showing all my amazing patrons as well who support me. And yeah, just again, thank you to all my amazing Patreon supporters for your incredible support, and to all the people who continue to spin the replays, whether you're a patron, a sub, whatever you are. Thank you so very much.
Can we pause for a second there? I kind of forgot to unpause when you said start.
I'll just restart. It's fine.
What time are you at?
1:15. Oh, you just want to play until 1:15?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm at 1:16. Sorry, 1:16.
Okay. I forgot to unpause.
Genius move. Hey, Johnny, you should really hit that T button.
Really hit the T key, huh? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm at 116.
That might help you out a little bit.
Might help me out.
You're at 116? Okay.
Ready? 3, 2,
Wait.
1.
All right, hitting play. Cool. All right, so looks like Stern Pioneers managed to push back those engineers while I was doing my intro. Conscripts are barely holding out, but, you know, being in decent cover helps.
More
So,
conscripts, too. Just adding to the row of conscripts.
Yep. We have Armored Assault, so he should be able to identify what Koosh and Joey are bringing to the table, and hopefully able to counter that. Now, that assumption would be, if they haven't already fought it, that they know the Osttroopin are right now on the table. Although it looks like the Soviet MG on the other side, again, 2 Soviet, 1 OKW, 1 Wehrmacht, are currently duking out, and the Osttroopin may be easily pushed back by the Maxim, quickly taking that point on the left.
The real question is, where's the 42? It's just kind of straight up sitting there in mid.
Is it really?
Not helping. Yeah,
No,
it is.
It's on vacation right now. He's like, guys, why do we? It's a heavy piece of equipment. I'm just gonna keep it away from the enemy forces. That way, I don't have to do much work. Kind of like how I do my replays. Put as little effort as possible.
And it looks like Chooch lost his pioneers.
Oh well, look. You know, what's those 1 unit of pioneers to the whole Wehrmacht army?
Well, I mean, pioneers are the same cost as Osttroopin, so that could have been another Osttroopin squad he could have purchased.
Okay, that's a lot of sense you're making, Johnny. I'm gonna need you to cut that out. We can't have sense here, all right? Otherwise, this invasion would never have begun if there was any common sense about invading the Soviet Union. In any case, oh god. But anyway, back to this game at the very least, instead of the World War II Time Ghost stuff I've been watching recently. OKW forces are currently duking out against the Soviets, and the Soviets, well, even though they have additional conscripts, are still being held at bay. They have not been able to capture that territory, and which is good, because right now all those supplies are going, well, to German hands at the moment. The best thing they have is on the left-hand side, but that's kind of a little bit of misplay by Lil Koosh for losing that unit. But even he's gearing up for mid, and at least they have double VP, so they're slowly bleeding the allies, slowly but surely.
I think the main problem here is the fact that the Soviets, they can't make a push because they're choosing to stay at that range, but the big square house only has 1 window facing the enemy, and the other cons are tied up trying to deal with the unit in the building itself. Some anti-garrison tools, like a flamethrower, might be useful here. But it looks like Osttroopin are coming for the flank. It looks like a nice little double right here to try to force the Russian back.
No, excellent counter on the Soviets, but the Soviets are seeing that and trying to counter. Almost kill the Stern Pioneer squad, very close. Anyway, they rectify the situation, continue to fire at the 1 Volk squad in the building. MG as well trying to stop that flank of Osttroopin. But they're doing their part. Wait, Kubel going on in to hit the MG because not facing that direction, so it's able to flank and do some additional damage. Incendiary going off right on all the conscripts as well, pushing them from their heavy cover position, weakening them significantly, actually.
Well, the problem is Joey in the house with his Volk only have one window to shoot those conscripts with, but that Kuba wagon support is very much helping that engagement.
Yeah, the Kubal's up to Veterancy 1, by the way, and continuing their defense. The Volk squad maybe not doing damage, but it's taking a lot of action from those conscripts, which, as long as it's just taking it and, you know, it's allowing the other units for a long period of time to just hold out, that's pretty much what they needed, in my opinion.
Kuba wagon is very good at stopping your own bleed, since it taking damage does not require manpower to reinforce like a Volksgrenadier squad losing models.
Exactly. Anyway, MG pushes back the conscripts. Mortar fire from the Soviets, though, from Senko is opening fire on all these forces pushing on in, specifically the Pioneers. Actually,
well, like Chuch's Maxim was forced to move by a smoke barrage.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. He'll need to retreat as well. Ostrippin are right on top of him. It looks like Kush will continue to hold. Man, it's a good job, little Kush, on that defensive hold there. And again, using your mortar to kind of push away those forces and use the smoke on that. Because again, if the smoke is what got him close, and then his Ostrippin sealed the deal. One thing to note, though, from both Soviet players is the fact that they both have access, or will have access to an IS-2. So we could be seeing some heavy tank deployment a little bit later. I'll be curious to see what Joey deploys to counter that.
Although, if it looks like it's not going to be Firestorm Doctrine, because Firestorm's a doctrine you usually pick early on, because it gives most of its bonuses very early.
No, you're not wrong in that regard. Though he has not upgraded his Volk squad, so they still have time to upgrade these men and then get them back into play with those MP40s. Now, I will say, it's like, oh my god, MP40 equipped Volk squads, that's pretty damn powerful. Well, remember, he's versing a player right now that, maybe not directly, but indirectly via Senko, could have close range support via shock troops that could help counter a lot of that stuff. So, curious to see what he does there. Also, if he goes that, he would lose the incendiary ability, rather use high explosives. And we're in an environment where there's a lot of cover and a lot of building. So just as he used there, he might be more incentivized to keep the incendiary going, or at least from the Volk squads.
Now, in mid, it looks like a penal battalion from Senko is engaging the horde of Ostrupen, and there's also conscript support. So unless there's an MG supporting the Ostrupen, it's not going to be a good fight for them.
You know, the MG's caught out of position. I think he was trying to move it somewhere else. Ostrupen, while good in defense, are not the best in general. And besides, just like this random Ostrupen squad just out in the middle of nowhere. It's like, maybe you want to get a cover, man? Maybe?
Ostrupen get a very nice cover bonus in terms of stats.
Yep.
That other units don't. Sort of like the Brits, but better. And plus, penal battalions are a very, very nice counter to Ostrupen with their higher mid-range DPS and semi-automatic rifles.
Yeah, unfortunately,
however,
it looks
seeing
like
a Maxim and penals from Senko means that he went both Tier 1 and Tier 2, which is going to delay his any light or medium armor just a bit, and also be a bit heavy on the manpower.
Yeah, penal squad did get pushed back, but Wise, I'm just going to call him Y. Wise conscripts and mid are taking it. That will stop the bleed for the Allies and hopefully start the bleed for the Axis, unless the counterattack can be done. But the engineers, Soviet engineers, are pushing the MG back on left. Might be able to get around it if he's lucky. He does have a flamethrower on it if he can move. Or he just keeps shooting it head on. Great plan.
The right flank, it's just kind of slow engagement. Kuba wagon barely managed to escape, though, on low health. Vet 2 already.
Yeah, I saw that. Veteran C2, it's doing a lot of damage and a lot of work, all things considered. Soviet forces finally able to get that fuel after a long grinding battle, which is good for the Allies. If they can get double fuel, that'll allow them to get some additional armor out.
Most important thing, though, it's delaying the Axis, who have only had one fuel this entire match.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong in that regard. And let's see, no, I don't think any of them... Lil Kush has not even upgraded the Battle Phase 1. That's kind of shocking, in my opinion, that he has not even gotten there yet.
Well,
oh, there we go. He finally gets it.
Delayed a lot, though.
Yeah. We do have a medical building down by Joey, kind of in the middle of the map. It's just outside their base, but it's far enough up and between the fronts. I think it's supposed to be used for not only him, but also his teammate. Again, not a terrible idea. Ooh. Nice Soviet mine on the right side along the fence. Caused some damage to the Volk squad in their advance. So, will the Soviets be able to hold out? My guess, probably not.
I hear a PTRS rifle because one of the penals was granted that. I don't know why you'd get it this early. Maybe he's expecting a 222, but...
Yeah, I mean, that would be his only form of AT, and it's almost 10 minutes, so at least it'll be something.
Yeah, but... Should have got this instead of that, but... See what he's doing.
You're not wrong, because he has double Maxims right now. Instead of getting a second Maxim, how about you get yourself an AT gun? Because by God, the IS-3 is not only a potent anti-tank unit, it's a good anti-infantry unit as well. And it's, again, just one, probably in my opinion, the most versatile AT gun in the game for everything it can do and all the bonuses it can get. So, yeah, no, I'm surprised as well he hasn't gotten it. Let's see. Sturm officer, though. Oh, sorry, artillery field officer on the front. I almost said Sturm. That would be with the OKW. My apologies. But yeah,
getting thrown on fire from behind the hedgerow.
Yeah, of course. Don't you know if you fire a flamethrower through a hedgerow, it just goes straight through, no issues, no blowback whatsoever.
Hedge definitely won't catch on fire. I don't know what you mean.
I don't know. Those hedges look fine. I feel like you're blowing things out of proportion. Speaking of things being blown out of proportion, unfortunately, the engineers and conscripts that were vehemently holding the right-hand side to hold that fuel have been pushed out pretty quickly and might actually die here as the engineers dive into the building. But what's this? We do have some support. Y has gotten a T-70 to hopefully push the Germans back and retake the whole factory.
Although it appears that... is there any AT? Okay, Joey has a singular Raketen.
Yep.
So we're just going to take three shots from that Raketen to get rid of that T-70. So that's going to be a bit of an issue if you can't snare it.
He did put the bulk squads behind the wall, so he's not retreating fully. He's waiting for his time to strike. Not a bad idea, all things considered. If he can wait it out, kind of plan things out, and get that strike in, that would be a huge benefit for him. But again, right now it will take time because he only has one snare option on the front right now. And actually, Joey does not have a lot of units, all things considered. He has the smallest army right now, probably on the map.
He might be saving for Obersoldat, what it looks like. He's got a lot of manpower, and his Panther headquarters is building right now.
Yeah, if he's doing that, special operations might be the way to go. So that way you not only get flares, which could help with a railway out for his teammate, but also you can upgrade the Obersoldat with the STG-44s.
You can also get a Command Panther, which is a pretty decent anti-tank option, especially against an IS-2.
Yeah. Now, Akush did drop down the supply drop, so we got a bunch of, abilities. You got, I believe there's MG34 with that, some fuel. No, munitions and fuel. My apologies. Oh, but shock troops annihilating the mortar crew. I don't know if he was trying to pick that up, but he did the damage. And T-70
walks back into the firing arc though, the 42.
Yeah, it's not the best, but he did it. Let's see. Yeah, it's MG34, Pack 40, and what else? Just a small supply of resources. Anyway, Raketen Whiffer though lined up, ready to go. Hits the explosives next to the T-70. No direct hits. That was a negative impact. As it blew up some of the terrain and cover. Grenade being thrown on the Ostrupen. Almost killing the squad.
If those shocks were not suppressed, so that squad would have been very toast.
Yep. Oh boy, yeah. It's, Allied forces doing a hell of a job holding mid, and their defensive line will probably do wonders for them. I don't think they're going to advance into the German territory just because of the number of MGs and support equipment, but at very least it doesn't matter as long as they hold the major points in mid.
It's very strange, as Joey still has yet to go for any type of Obersoldat, but it's floating nearly 600 manpower.
Yeah,
so
I'm assuming...
You get to see.
Oh, that's why. He made a retreat point. He put the medical as a retreat point. That's what he was saving up for. Which...
Very close one can be vulnerable to Katyusha fire, but also means extremely fast reinforce times.
Yeah, it's a faster reinforce time, but you're also dealing with two Soviets. The counter to this would be that both Soviet players have an anti-infantry ability they can deploy on that forward base, along with your versing Soviets, Katyushas. But nice Panzerfaust from Raketen Whiffer knock out the T-70 in a 1-2 punch. So excellent shots there on the right-hand side.
Panzer headquarters.
Yep. Oh, yeah, Panzer headquarters helped.
Now, Joey's making a conscript push now on the right flank, but conscripts are just doing conscript things in houses.
Yeah, and the good news is Volk squads have a way to deal with that. It's called incendiary grenades. And yeah, they just burn the enemy out.
More good news, Kubelwagen hit with 3.
Oh yeah, Kubel doing a very good job at Veteran C3. Remember, guys, if you get a Vet 5 Kubel, I think you're guaranteed victory in this game. It's like Exodia, the Forbidden One, or something, or like the Tactical Nuke in Call of Duty. You know, something like that, where you just, yep, I'm gonna win this game. But yeah, Volk Squad's flanking the MG and Mortar, forcing them back. Artillery ability might be an option for him. He does do it on the Volk. He misses, though. It's a little high. Although Volk Squad is retreating, might retreat into the blast zone. No, he stops 3 position. And it looks like Joey will have control of the factory area once again. But a big battle going in mid right now. Look at all the Osttroop and the artillery field officer doing what it can. But shock troops coming in, deliver an excellent grenade and force the artillery officer back. He might die here to the penals.
Not enough damage, but those shocks are closing to the Osttroop, and those Osttroop are about to have a really bad day.
Yeah. That's actually... I'm sorry,
COH has 3 machine guns.
Oh, he does? Oh my god. I mean, that's the MG34 he dropped earlier. That makes
sense. But he also has 2 42s.
Yeah. That's actually one problem is, if you have a very large infantry army, that's a lot of manpower you have to do to reinforce it, especially if you're taking a lot of casualties. And the second kind of big thing is this, this shock troop squad has been devastating Locush. Just honestly, like, they've just eaten so many Osttroop and done so much damage that it has been, unfortunately, a pain in his side. And I think he's going to need to do something in order to counter. Shock troops could throw another grenade again. They will. And I think they're grouped up, so they'll kill. Oh my god, are they going to kill it?
Shock troop grenade is exceptionally powerful for what it does.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. He pushed back 2 Osttroop squads, artillery field officer, and like double MGs. He's done so much work with that one squad. It's again on point, and you can feel it on the Axis side because they're not getting a ton of resources right now. The Allies are doing pretty well, and at the very least, they're still contesting the right factory area against Joey, which has been a huge thorn. He might actually, speaking of Joey, might lose. He does. The Storm Officer goes down in a blaze of glory under conscript fire.
In mid, Flame Barrage was used from Senko to try to zone out the Osttroop, and they just kind of walked around it.
Yeah, I see the fire right now. Not a bad idea, especially if you're going to kind of block areas with a ability that will cause substantial damage to them. And Osttroop, and they don't exactly have the best defensive quality, so yeah, they'll burn pretty easily. But it does look like the penals as well did a satchel on the pack gun. Unfortunately, not enough to kill it, but a PTRS rifle shot directed at it could finish it off. And it does. He does exactly that. So we're not dealing with incompetent players. We're dealing with players who know how to deal with certain support weapons and are taking them out quite effectively.
Now, it looks like COH has Battle Phase 2 done, but no Battle Phase 2 building itself, no support armor core. So, might be trying. He has enough to build it now, but his Pioneers look like they're. Oh no, there they go. He's building it now. Okay.
Yeah, I think
probably an
manpower's an issue.
Ostwind or Panzer IV, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he doesn't have a ton of manpower, and right now he's slowly reinforcing everything, which is gonna just cause some more issues. So if he brings out that tank, he's gonna have no reserves. Luckily, artillery field officer's gonna drop the smoke, hopefully to get around the MG. But MG's like, yeah, I see what you're doing, just backs on up. Wow, Joey has double support guns, which makes me think he might go Firestorm. Because again, because of all the support weapons. But again, that would be a heck of a delay for the commander. If you would wait all this time and then eventually get it.
Although most of his Volks are getting their MP44s or STG44s right now, currently. So Storm Pioneer, but had yet to be upgraded, so we could see a flamethrower from them if he goes that too. For more anti-garrison.
Yeah, they all went STG44, most of them anyway, and it looks like they might be trying to counteract the conscripts. There is an MG in the building, but if he spreads out, he should be able to get around that and throw in some incendiaries in there.
Well, we're not going to see a flamethrower from the Stern Pioneer. They're getting a Minesweeper package currently. So.
Okay. So yeah, Firestorm's looking less likely, Special Operations looking more likely. All things considered. Bulk squads have gone into the MG, but nice Molotov cocktail stops one in its tracks from throwing the incendiary. The other one's under direct fire. He does manage to throw it before getting suppressed. Good solid defense by Y, but unfortunately not enough. The MG is going to slowly burn, but I think he'll be able to hold that right-hand side pretty effectively.
That MG's just sitting there in the fire. He does not care.
Yeah, one major concern, though, what I'm seeing against Joey is this T-34 being deployed by Y. It is pushing on in, and it is a main... it's an 85 variant rather than a 76. So this thing can not only dish out damage a lot more effectively, but also take damage a lot more effectively. So that Rakan Warfare is looking less and less impactful on this battlefield.
And Y is also getting a Katyusha.
So that would, and again, that would impact Joey's retreat point if he can identify it. Unfortunately, the enemies don't have recon, so it might be a little bit harder. But if they could find that rally point, they could RD it and kill all those men in one single blow. Which, Johnny, you've never done before. You've never been that heartless to kill a bunch of men while they're getting treated by medic squads.
Definitely haven't. No proof of that. No video evidence.
But hypothetically speaking, oh, actually, hold on. Volk
You
squad
just found it.
engaging the T-34. You're right. You did find it, but the T-34 does manage to get out of there before being engine critted. And good
It
for
should be noted the T-34-85 is that actually has a lot more hit points than a regular T-34-76.
Yes.
It's a lot tougher. And it dishes out a lot more damage.
Yep.
Kubel up to vet 4. Let's go, Kubelwagon.
Oh, okay. So that's what happens. He's gonna send the Kubel right at the enemy. That's what's gonna literally turn the tide. Is a Kubel versus a T-34-85, almost guaranteed.
Got a Panther 4 too from Chooch. Oh, and Joey's going for a Panther now. All right.
Really? He's going for a
Yeah.
Panther? All right. You figure he would go. Joey would do special operations to get the command Panther, but he still has been undecided in this. I'm so very confused about what his choices. But very least his infantry defense has been sound, except for the fact there's fire about to come down on all of his men.
Katyusha battery is also ready to fire. So if he needs to, oh, never mind, they're gone. They're leaving. Fire bad.
Yeah. And the Katyusha's primed and ready to fire. So if Y knows where his retreat point is, which his armor should have spotted, he could be in for a world of hurt. Senko looks like it did get pushed back, though, in mid. So good job on Lokush, but kind of focusing on Joey. But he has armor support to come over to try to help Joey a little bit. And yeah, I'm just waiting for that Katyusha, but I don't think it's firing. I don't think it will fire, at least in time for that blob to get healed up and move again.
Might be waiting for the next push to use either that or he forgot it existed.
Yep. Artillery field officer going to hold mid with everything it has while Strupen lay down some fire from a distance. Not a terrible idea, though. Again, I think cover is a better option for a lot of these guys if you try to maneuver in. You have a Zis gun on the right using RD, but it blasted the wall, so all the shots missed. Great use of it. And yeah, Volk squads once again push on the right. Panther on standby to back him up as a reserve unit.
Chooch up-tech to tier battle phase 3, which means he can actually get the LMGs on his Ostroupen now too.
Oh, good. No, actually, that's pretty impactful onto the front because that'll make him definitely a lot more effective at fighting off those conscripts. Speaking of which,
like Joey did go for what is it? Spec Ops Doctrine. So yeah.
Yeah, but now it's a little late because you don't get the benefit of that Panther.
He could have gone for it if he just selected it before he built that Panther.
Exactly. By the way, it looks like Lokush has actually redeployed himself and helping on right. We have an ability coming on in. I'm assuming that's the artillery. It is. The artillery field officer using heavy mortar barrage on the AT gun and mortar itself. Katyusha now counter barraging all the infantry charging.
And this gun supporting too.
Getting a good hit on some of those Ostroupen.
And Vet 3 shock troops in mid just consuming Ostroupen.
Again,
removing them from existence.
I think that was one of the best options you could have chosen to fight Ostroupen. Because he's just dominating.
Kubel's Vet 5. Kubel is Vet 5.
Alright, so Joey should win this. If he doesn't, then it's a catastrophe. It's an utter catastrophe. Shock troops, though, taking a lot of damage, throw grenade. Deal a lot to the Volk squads, but Volks might finish off the shocks if they're lucky.
Too worn down for that, unless they get help, they're out, yeah.
Yeah, they're pulling back. Speaking of which, looks like the first IS-2 from either of these players has been deployed. And yeah, it's going in the mid. Wait, does Kush have enough AT to hold back a Panzer IV? I don't think he does.
It takes 3 Panzer IVs to be an even fight against an IS-2, so no.
Yeah, so IS-2 gonna probably wreck, make the Germans cry a little bit, I would assume.
It's a very angry tank.
Well, not just that, it has high explosive rounds, and once it's Vet 1, you get the, was it fragmentation round?
Mm-hmm.
So, again, or shell. But still, it is quite potent versus infantry, and something that, especially in Kush's situation where you do not want to lose infantry like the MG, he just lost the mortar fire. And yeah, it's bad. Luckily, he does have Joey coming in and try to hit the Panther. Katusha, by the way, annihilating a lot of that frontline infantry, forcing Kush's forces back.
IS-2, what you doing? What are you doing, IS-2? You're running into Faust.
I don't know, but T-34 actually flanking the Panther. Hold on, conscripts throwing a T-grenade, cripple it. Recagman for coming on in, but now it's a fight between armor, T-34 and Panther duking it out. Oh, main gun destroyed.
Oh, looks like both sides are just gonna limp away, but still. Oh, a Panzer IV. Oh, okay, Penal. Panzer IV about to kill the IS-4. Oh, never mind. But
IS-4.
Or
the
IS-4,
new model,
IS-2.
guys.
Don't worry, we have advanced technology.
But no, the first Panzer IV died. The second one, it did kill it. I'm actually, wait, are the Penals? No, they're not throwing another satchel. But
Penals threw one on the first Panzer IV.
That's at least a decent win for killing it. I know they threw a lot of men at the IS-2, and it did cost a little Kush a little bit, but honestly, killing an IS-2 for the amount of resources they sunk into it, that was a pretty good win. Unfortunately, Senko looks like he can deploy another one sooner than later.
He can have enough to deploy it the moment it comes off cooldown.
Yeah.
So.
And it looks like he'll be having a friend with Y as well, having enough resources to deploy his own armored vehicle. Plus, his T-34 did make it out of there, but hold on, Special Operations flares go into effect, ramming the Panther. What the hell?
It's a good anti-dive because the T-34's gun was broken and nothing better to do. It also damaged the Panther's engine, so might be a down Panther.
Yeah, the question is, can the AT gun kill it in time? Bulk squad's coming on in to save the Panther. Luckily, it did miss a shot. T-34 is still alive. And also Katusha. We have not mentioned this. It was shot, but it's still alive. All right, we have Railway coming in, I think.
Let's get the last shot, though. Nope, gets decrewed before that. Panther escapes on like a smidgen of health for the second time this battle.
No, Penals are charging. They got a few more shots on it. T-34 is under Railway fire. Can the Penals finish it off? Stern Pioneers trying to kill the Penals, and I think they will at least hold them back. Wait, Katusha's now hitting the Panther. Oh my god. Panther looks like it's out of range now, but it's still hanging all the infantry on the front. By the way, Joey, can you take a look on the right with the T-34 and Katusha?
Okay, that's two 5% rolls.
Yep.
That's a 1 in 20 chance for each of those. So, yeah.
Yeah,
that's just luck.
if I was a Soviet player, I would get them operational now. For those who don't know, remember, this Soviet player has the ability for vehicles to repair themselves if they are, recaptured. So, get them recaptured. You don't need to heal them directly. You can use a decent amount of munitions that you have stored up to just quickly repair them on the front and then get them back to base safe and sound. Especially while it looks like Joey's still trying to reorganize his forces and heal his men. Luckily, the IS-2 as well can provide some cover for his infantry to retake all that equipment.
Kubelwagen almost decided to, was almost about to face check the IS-4. Because everyone knows the vet type Kubel can fight the IS-4, IS-2. Oh my god.
You got this.
Close enough.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Another railway coming down on the MG and all the things that Senko has on the front, including the shock troops. Shock troops decide to run right through it. Will that be a mistake? No, will not be. It looks like it's going to put back the assault officer and the Osttroop, and now we're going to try to hold that sucker back with the Panzer IV.
A lot of Osttroop in the mid, though. A lot of Osttroop supported by a 42.
Yeah, but why slowly re-equipping his forces and healing them? By the way, he has a heavy engine damage, an immobilization, and a main gun destroyed. That T-34 is the most busted T-34 I've probably seen in quite some time.
He'll be fine. Let him be for a bit. He'll show back up later. Don't worry.
That's one of the positive things about the T-34. It's like, sure, it broke down, but it's like, all right. It's like, man, this thing's broken. Oh, look, there's a damaged T-34. Just take a part from it and throw it in here. We'll be good to go.
Yeah. Don't worry, we have more T-34s.
Yeah.
Not more spare parts, just more T-34s. Who needs spare
Exactly.
parts?
Oh no, it was a potential history set at best where it's like if you're a Sherman or T-34, it's like, all right, fix it, let's go. And even if it was prone to like disrepair, and then if you were a Panther crew and it got into disrepair, you were on suicide watch.
Either that or you find a damaged Panther somewhere, one of the very rare sight,
Yeah.
and try to steal from it.
Meanwhile, Katyusha pushing back some Ostroup into mid while the Soviets continue to advance. Right now, Katyusha doing everything he can, dropping another railway. My God. Also, I should probably mention Senko deploying an S-285 rather than another IS-2.
Makes sense though, because he probably is a bit shaken from that IS-2 because they got overwhelmed, so he probably just wants a tank destroyer to cover for his lack of actual heavy AT.
Yep. Heavy artillery fire and oh wait, mortars being taken out. The Vet 2 one by the Katyusha, really great shot there. And I should probably mention both Senko and Y have the Katyushas, as Y recrewed his damaged Katyusha and got that back up to operational status. So really good job there. All right, and that's going to make him have the largest army on the field right now, which is going to be hell for Joey as he tries to hold on right. But he does have a Vet 5 Kubel, so, you know, that can hold off an IS-2. I'm pretty sure.
That's about how the trade works.
Yep. Anyway, conscripts have been up to 7-man squads by Y to kind of keep them in the fight a little longer. Panther charging on in, try to fight the T-34, but looks like T-34 is going to back out. Actually, have some AT guns move on in to support. And oh my God, just check mid, by the way, at all the support equipment or weapons just lying around.
Yeah, it's kind of a free-for-all over there, you know? Oh, yeah, I mean, bubble grenade on penals in mid, oof.
Yeah, they're fine. Looks like they'll make it out okay. S-285 trying to push back the Panzer IV. Looks like one of the Ostroup did die, though, in mid, but again, a lot of Senko's support weaponry got knocked out by the railway, because I guess they just stood there and took it like a champ.
Command Panther from Joey, but also another IS-4 from Senko. IS-4. IS-2, what is with me today?
I mean, if they brought an IS-4 into this game, that would be incredible. But I don't think they will.
That Vet 5 Kubel doing what Vet 5 Kubels do. It's about it. Are you going to suppress? Come on, demonstrate your Vet 5. Do it. Yes, there we go. Good Kubel wagon.
Alright, we might have an armor push in mid. T-34 is prepping itself. Against the, let's see, actually no, we have double Panthers. Hold on a second. Joey bringing out the Command Panther, try to do what it can, but also we have double IS-2s on the field, so you know, it's just gonna be a hell of a fight for these guys.
Takes 2 Panthers to overwhelm an IS-2, but if that's a Command Panther especially, it can mark up the IS-2 with its mark ability, and then if you can flank it and pin it in, it's going to have a really bad day.
The problem is they have support by the Katyushas and the IS-152. Luckily, Panzer IV actually penetrates, damages the IS-2 on left, and Ostroup as well, Panzerfaust it, causing a damaged engine. But luckily, S-285 is there, but we do have double Panthers diving the injured IS-2 on left.
Penal Battalion, though, doing an anti-dive, basically just trying to keep them back. And
that worked. Joey had a hightail and run out of there, but the S-285 is still putting pressure on them and hitting them on their retreat. Really good coverage right there by Senko.
The Soviets hold Joey's hold the right flank, but Joey's coming back for with the wall of Vet 5 Volksgrenadiers to try to retake it.
Yeah. By the way, these guys have 42 kills, 30 kills, and wait, do they have? They have 2 guys with 40. No, I'm sorry, 30, 42, and 13 respectively. So that's a hell of a difference. But they are doing a lot of work. They're trying to push the enemy back, and you know, their infiltration grenades being thrown out the mortar causes some heavy damage to it. IS-2 still chilling on the front. It's like damage engine. I still have a massive gun. Now run.
Oh, okay then. Understandable. Be gone, assault officer.
The assault officer did call off an ability before he died, though, so at least he did something.
The heavy mortar should be fine. The IS-4 should be. IS-2 should be fine.
Yep. Shock troops, by the way, just pushing easily pushing back all the infantry, along with incendiary being dropped to stop any additional forces coming on in. T-34 just waiting on the wings. to do something. He has a second one, by the way. It's actually not a 85 variant, but a 76. I'm going to make the assumption this one's going to be a sacrifice.
It's a Ram 34. It has but one purpose in this world.
Yep. Now, usually you bring it in because you have an IL-2 bomb strike or a rocket run, something like that. But I think in this situation, they're just like, if you cripple it, we can have enough AT via our tanks to just take it out.
Chooch is going for his own Panther to try to deal with the IS-2's nonsensicalness, because his Panzer IV obviously isn't cutting it.
Yeah, Katusha might actually kill this Vet 5 Volk squad if it's lucky on the spread, but unfortunately not able to. Does force some infantry back, and the Volk squad is charging against the IS-2, but it's grouped up. Luckily, IS-2 does miss. Panther's slowly pushing up against it, using recon flares to identify targets at longer ranges. T-34, though, preparing possibly for a dive? Is he going to ram? He does! And he hits it. We got confirmation.
Also does engine damage to the Panther. Or no, it immobilized the Command Panther. That's a very rare roll. Command Panther cannot move unless it gets fixed.
Oh, no. Joey needs to bring in reinforcements to save that Command Panther. Can he hold out like Fury? Is he going to die on the front? Oh, the T-34 comes through the fire. My God. 85 just running over the Volk. Wait, I think he's about to Panzerfaust himself. AT guns opening fire, though, from a long range. IS-2 not doing much. Again, the fire is blocking his vision. Another Panther coming on in.
Psycho needs to come over here to try to help, but he's just sitting over there.
Yeah, Katusha's firing wrong angle. S-285 as well. We're not seeing a lot of teamwork over here by these two. IS-2 still trying to hold, but the whole right... Oh, wait, there's the S-285 support. Conscripts, everything.
A bit late.
Katusha's just chilling there.
Definitely dead now.
Panther might die as well. Wait, did the Command Panther still immobilized close to the front? If they can neutral... Oh, my God. Penal might be able to go for them if they know about it. They might be able to kill that immobilized unit. And the Panther... Oh, wait, no! He stopped moving! The Penal's...
He hit the wrong button. He hit the ground fire into the reverse.
Oh, but the Penal's messed up, too. They didn't throw the satchel. Shock troops, though, coming on the Raketenwerfer, which is hitting the S-285. Might be able to kill the Raketenwerfer before. It's Vet 4. That would be a big loss for Joey, and he does lose it.
Going out on the non-Command Panther. But Penals might go down here.
Penals blow up the... Every Panther has a damage engine right now. My God. Is this gun recrewed? Now firing at the front, trying to, you know, dissuade them, destroy them as much as possible.
S-285 went down from the Panzer IV in mid. And Senko's IS-2 kills the Panzer IV, but it's still over there, not helping. Against 3 tanks that are crippled at low health and... Oh my. Okay, okay. Just sit over there, Senko. You're doing you, okay?
Yeah, Senko, I mean, the S-285 is still alive, that's good. But it's like, what are you doing? Send in that support. There are 3 damaged Panthers. This is literally the Soviets, like, best case scenarios, all like the engine failure of the Panther coming into play, just breaking down, trying to get to the front, or in this case, inactively in the front. There's the IS-2.
Panther's still engine. Oh, he's okay.
Decides that Raketenwerfer is a bigger threat instead of the damaged, crippled Panther that just got its engine fixed. Luckily, Zis-3 still opening fire. The other Panther's barely alive, and the second one's still damaged. The Command Panther, well, a little more mobility, might be able to hold back that IS-2, which is going to be a necessity to hold the front.
Fight's all condensing down to the small factories complex. IS-2 misses, and Command Panther's using its superior range to the IS-2 since it's not Vet 2 yet.
Yeah, S-285 did get recruited, so at least he has that going for him. He does have a main weapon operational with it, so it is going to fire and hit the Command Panther with the IS-2 as well. Panther might be in over its head, even though the S-285 is almost dead weight at this point.
And still a gun here, so that's what he needs.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you know what? Just bury the S-285 or something. Just have it, like, front a little bit higher. There you go.
Just dig it in, you know, just hull down it.
Yeah, that way it's harder to hit. Great shot. That Ostroupen wasn't hard to hit. Kills it in 1 shot. And yeah, all the veteran 3 Ostroupen we saw earlier in the game have been removed from play. But unfortunately for the Soviets, all, and I do mean all of the armor that engaged, except for the Panzer IV that died valiantly trying to hold off the Soviet armor, all the Panthers made it back to base.
So they lost. So what you're saying is they lost an IS-2 for a Panzer IV, since only one Panzer IV died in that engagement.
Yeah, not only that, the Katyusha, 2 T-34s, and an IS-2 all died.
For a singular Panzer IV.
Yes. Great odds.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, some infantry was lost by the Axis and Allies respectively, but yeah, no, overall, the Soviets definitely lost more of that fight.
Kubawagen just engaging in a knife fight with the conscripts.
14 kills, doing pretty damn well for itself. And again, having it on the front, just actively trying to hold the line or cause suppression, because it is Vet 5 at this point. Okay, could definitely work out for the Axis. Hold on, we do have another push going into mid. I think they're trying to call in artillery on the Su-85. I think that's why he's diving. But the double shock troop, I think, is going to ruin his day and force him back.
Yeah.
Wait, he's giving chase. Shock troops finish him off. Oh,
no, they don't have enough DPS at anything other than close range to do that.
No. Panther trying to flank the IS-2, which is the new one by Y. The second IS-2 that's still a little bit injured is chilling. Takes a hit, but still doing A-okay, all things considered. And Allies, I think, are going to retake mid, which is, again, probably the one positive note, is the fact we're currently seeing the Allies have at least a decent amount of VP coverage in terms of, or like VP points over the Axis. Great kill there on the Recanwiffer by the shock troops.
And going for the decrew on the support, on the Vet 3 or 4 support gun.
They got it though. That's a nice little win right there. Even though the Germans could retake it, it's still veterancy that's lost.
IS-4 gets hit with the Command Panther mark, making it easier to hit.
You said IS-4 again.
IS-2. Oh, what is my brain today? Oh, it's, I was working on an advanced powers thing, and they have the IS-4 in that mod.
Yep, that would explain it. Anyway, Su-85. Oh wait. Oh god, some conscripts died in mid from the
murdered.
Squads.
Absolutely murdered in mid.
Oh my god, one has 52 kills on it. That IS-2's like, okay, F my repairs. Those squads need to die. And he charges forward. Can he get a good shot? He gets one model, but he won't be able to kill it. No way.
So it's telling me to stop that cap. So.
Yep. More Ostroupen preparing to come up to the front to help hold it. Conscripts, though, trying to stop the Volk squads, but both sides are throwing different types of objects. One incendiary, one high explosive in large quantities. Yeah, it looks like
a cooldown if they want to try to use it in mid.
Yep, IS-2 coming on in to blast the Panzer Grenadiers, but hits the side. IS-2, his main gun, though, and the Katyusha should be able to drive him back. Oh, wait, Katyusha now coming on in. He could lose the Grenadier squad. Oh, super lucky he didn't lose it.
Yeah. The large group of Panthers are currently engaged in that IS-2. But a singular resist gun is all that stands between them.
Well, no, another IS-2 just came up to the front.
Another one?
Another one. So, yeah, it's one of those situations where the Soviets need to kill these Panthers. On the flip side, the Axis need to desperately hold mid, because right now they're about to hit. What is this Su-85 doing?
Something stupid.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Fire coming down on the point at which the shock troops are advancing, so good friendly fire right there. It's going to burn your own men.
They'll be fine. They have body armor, even though body armor doesn't affect fire damage.
Yeah, you know. Guys, he put on a bulletproof vest. Now I'm going to hit him with this flamethrower, and he's going to be just fine.
Exactly. IS-2 on the right flank. It's fasted before the bullets are forced off.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the IS-2 to return fire, but it looks like he just barely got a range before the IS-2 could.
Important note, the IS-2 only has 40 range, same as the Panzer IV. It needs Vet 2, though, when it gets the same as the Panther.
Yeah. Right now, Joey, because again, the survivability of his armor is currently keeping him at veterancy 1. So really good job there. Or sorry, not veterancy 1. It's keeping it at the top population, I should say, with a lot of veteran units. My God.
Second Panther from Chooch, so we got 4 Panthers in total on the field. One of them being the command variant.
Yeah, so this could be a very large Panther group trying to move on in to neutralize the enemy. Not a bad idea. If they could hit the enemy with a rapid succession and like charge in multiple areas, or have the command tank lead, I think they'll be in a good situation, all things considered. And looks like actually they might be gearing up for said push. All the armor is pretty healed, all really good veterancy, and the allies are not exactly all together.
Yeah. Looks like they're petering out a bit. They're taking too many losses without inflicting them on the Axis, which just
Yeah.
caused them a lot of losses there.
Armor-wise, yeah, you're right. Infantry-wise, I'll say those shock troops by Senko and Y's frontline forces in Katusha, or before it died, were doing a pretty damn good job at causing major damage for Joey and Lokusha's infantry. But but they still don't have a ton of their veteran units dead.
Yeah.
All right, so right now it's just who's gonna act first. If I was the Soviets, I would wait for the Panthers to charge, because that way you can try to neutralize them. But instead, they push up, all things considered, and they're kind of...
its range, effectively. And now the Panthers are ganging up on that one IS-4, IS-2.
Yeah, they're trying to push on it slowly. A small pathfinding error on right backs up Joey's forces, but they are advancing. And I think this actually might be a good situation for the Soviets if they can try to hit all that armor. Unfortunately, infantry's coming on in. That could cause some Panzerfausting and other things. IS-2 as well, focusing on them, which shock troops really should be focusing on them, while the IS-2 focuses on the armor. Shock troops are
very low health, still escapes. It hits Vet 2, which is very important. And shock troops are now massacring Volk at close range.
Again, exactly what you need, especially Vet 3. Oh, fire hitting them on the retreat. Good move.
They might go 2 Vet 5 squads, actually. There they go. Yeah, they're gone.
And Rakanwerfer is also dead. Railway, it looks like, is about to come in on the IS-2. Panthers had to pull back. How damaged are they? Can they come back up for a second strike pretty quick? Theoretically, yes.
No Panther losses, actually.
No armor losses on the Soviets either.
Yeah, so the only thing that was lost were those 2 Vet 5 Volk, which are incredibly important at this stage in the game.
Yeah, I would say if the shock troops now have free reign and AT gun support backing them up, I think those shock troops will hold mid.
They're coming down on the right flank! No!
Wait, what?
The Vet 5 Kuba on the right flank, on the right star, went down for the T-3485.
God damn it.
No! No!
For the Vet 5 Kuba, oh my god, the Command Panther wants some blood. He's chasing down the conscript squads like, no, that was my friend, my ally. You will die. Wait, 234, Mike going for the dive on the Panther. Hold on, no, he's keeping his distance. I thought he might try to dive on it and, you know, charge it, but not in this situation. T-34. Yeah, he's marked. My god, he wants that thing dead.
Now, the Command Panther's mark increases the accuracy against that thing, so it's very tough to miss against the marked T-34 when a Command Panther does it.
Yeah, Katusha knocks out the decently, pretty damn good mortar. That was kind of damaging a lot of the Soviet forces in mid. Now with that removed, again, we're starting to see Lokush and Joey starting to take some more infantry losses. But on the flip side, they do have enough in reserve and manpower where they can kind of bring some stuff to fill the gaps in. May not be the best, but they can fill in the gaps. Soviets a little different story. They do push back both of Joey's Panthers, which they're both at like minor to like medium range damage, not too... Wait, no! Joey's pushing back in. He's like, alright, kill the Zis gun.
That's a good kill. It's going to force them to either rebuy it or try to go for an Su-85.
Oh, no. I saw... Oh, thank God. Osttroop almost get hit by a shock troop grenade again. That could have been devastating. IS-2 advancing. Oh, there's 4 Panthers right here.
Panther Palooza up in here.
Oh, my God. You're going to need a lot more support.
Looks like they do. Where's the second Su-85? There is a second one. It's back in base. Hold
on. Shock troops going after the Osttroop while the double IS-2 and Su-85 try to focus on those Panthers. This is kind of like a do or die situation. There's more reserve Soviet armor. They need to start killing this stuff right now. Can they kill at least one Panther? Super low. Maybe last shot. No, it misses.
Although the Osttrooper are getting massacred. Loses 1 squad of them, and that's a veteran squad of Osttrooper too, which are quite hard to come by.
Panther diving the IS-2, but the Su-85 and T-34 still right there on the front. Conscripts as well coming in to support. I think a dive here by any other Panther is a bad idea. There's too many Soviet forces all grouped up. Panther just chilling near the front. I guess he just wants some veterancy or just take the hits. Maybe a little bit of masochists. Not really sure. Whatever the case may be, the Allies at least once again capture mid and stop the bleed. But they are down 3-1 right now in VP. So the Allies have time to build. The Axis don't exactly have time to just let time pass and if the enemy takes 2 more VP points.
Quite surprised we aren't seeing any type of oversolding from Joey to try to at least deal with the remaining conscripts and shock troops. Just getting more bulk. I suppose he just wants more bodies on the field.
Yeah, that is a big question mark I do have.
And that 3 assault officer in mid goes down.
Especially because of the fact those shock troops are honestly tearing both of them apart. Every time they do something major, it does not go well at all.
Katyusha is firing in mid too.
Yeah. Alright, they're dodging some shots doing well in others. Soviet forces are being pushed out of mid, so at least that area they're doing fine. But what's this? Engineers on right decap the point. If they can get out, that'll be a nice little win, but I think the Volk squads might finish them off.
That was the API rounds on that 34.
No, very good job. Alright, one of the IS-2s, by the way, is with the Veteran C2 with 41 kills! Holy shit, I haven't realized that.
A lot of Ostrooper it's killed.
Yeah, I mean, okay, fair point.
It's fasted though.
It is Fausted, but the Soviets still have a lot of support behind them. They have a T-34, IS-285, and another IS-2 on standby. T-34 charging on in. It is an 85, but it can't take that many hits. It still needs to back on up. So, a little confused by that, but at least the IS-2 is healing up. Katyusha as well on standby, so they may... If I was them, maybe wait for the infantry to do another charge with the Panthers and just annihilate them all in one good salvo. Or, you know, hit the AT gun support, something like that. Poor Sturm Officer almost dies in one shot. Wait, hold on.
The officer himself is alive. He's just running back to base now.
Yeah. Those shock troops, by the way, pushing in mid, Vet 3, 51 kills. Now 53. Like, Jesus, they've been doing a lot of work.
Can't engage infantry well, so these shock troops have free reign of the field. Nothing that can stop them besides that Vet 5 Volk. It's the only thing that can pose a threat to them.
Yeah, that one has 61 kills. So,
Panzer Grenadiers almost... Oh, Panzer Grenadiers do go down. They were had Shreks, too. Expensive investment.
One issue, though, that I'm currently seeing is the fact that right now Joey has no munitions left. So he can't Panzerfaust or mark target or anything. So he is a little crippled in that essence. The question is, can he finish... the Soviets finish off the armor? This Panther might be their best shot if they can get an AT grenade in there. Come on, conscripts, throw an AT grenade. Why? Alright, Y just did. I think they might kill it. Oh my god. Never mind. It blitzed faster than the AT grenade could hit it, at the very least for a time, and got back to all the other Panthers, so I think they'll be okay.
Oh, but Joey on the left flank, just trying to test the waters, I assume, just poking it, and they realize there's nothing over there. So the allies are going to be able to, or Axis are going to be able to stop their own bleed and put some bleed on the allies.
No, you're 100% right. That stops the bleed. That makes them in definitely a better situation overall. IS-2, though, still dominating mid and just taking any infantry out that comes on in while the shock troops heal. Both shock troops, by the way, now up to Veterancy 3. And a lot of Soviet armor has some really damn good veterancy behind it. So that's going to be a problem. I mean, the Germans are slowly getting veterancy, but still, the Allies have come back pretty damn well. Because there was a point where I thought that they would just completely collapse, but no.
That 2 IS-2 just bounced 3 shots in a row.
Yep.
Showing how strong its armor is. Well, the T-34-85 forced off the Sturm Pioneers that were taking the left flank, but they still get to recap it. So that T-34 isn't Vet 1 yet, so... Or no, it is Vet 1. It can do capture mode. There, it's being used in left flank. Cap the point, you don't have to be up there.
Nice. We might see armor counter that, because again, while it's capturing, it can't fire. The other thing we could also take note of is that Katyusha barrage pushed back a ton of Osttroopen. So that forced them back pretty damn hard, and that's going to reduce the infantry coverage on the front. Luckily, Joey's coming in with some men, but all the Panthers are mostly crippled. There's 2 by Lil Kush still in a decent position right now. But
well, that 3 conscript squad in mid just got hit by 2 League support guns directly and died. So they're gone.
Okay. The shock troop squads are taking over left, or might be coming back to mid. IS-2 going in. A decent shot on those Volk squads and pushing back to Vet 5. Hold on, mortar! Brings it out such a low health. One last shot would finish it. Alas, nothing. Actually, we have a tripwire going off. I think it was a Soviet tripwire.
There might be a mortar flare, actually.
No, you're right. It's mortar flare. I was looking like, wait, when did they have the time to use that? And yeah, it was definitely a mortar flare.
Katyusha firing again. It's Vet 2, which gets an insane cooldown reduction. Firing on the hitting the Osttroopen. Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, not only is hitting the Osttroopen, which by the way, goddamn, it actually did some decent damage versus the Panther, getting a rear armor hit on it, causing what would be an Su-85, or close to an Su-85 shot. Again, Katyusha barrage, if a lot of the rockets hit, can kill even that major armor, so something to worry about.
Panther's on a flank on the right, but forced back because there's a Zis still guarding it.
There's a Vet 5 Panther right now on the field. Holy goddamn.
But the Command Panther and the Command Panther, since it's Vet 3, its command aura now increases speed, accuracy, and reload of nearby vehicles.
Yeah. So nothing major.
Nothing major. Nothing that will definitely not turn the tide.
Railway gets a nice hit and takes out the Zis 3. I guess he was paying attention. I mean, to be fair, I didn't even see it. It's a good
Vet
job
3
there.
I might go down here. The ones with 60 kills.
It's gonna be close, but I think he'll make it back. IS-2 taking and deflecting some shots. Another IS-2 coming on in. Luckily, shock troops run right after the railway hits, so they'll be okay. Su-85 pushing back a Locution's Panther. We have another Kubel being made by Joey. Oh, okay. He's not an AI, right? No, he didn't.
I think he's just trying to do it to use it for left flank harassment.
Yeah. And, yeah, that's exactly what Joey went for. He's capturing the left-hand side now.
Oh, but Volk's executed in mid. Not Volk, the artillery officer.
God,
executed.
That's like the 4th artillery officer that's come into play. That's like, hey, guys, I'm going to lead this time, and I'm going to live. And immediately he gets taken out by something. Like, in this case, it was a T-34.
Many months, like, in officer training, like, trying to, like, learn to become an officer and shit. And all of a sudden, you're sent in just fresh out here just to get smacked with a 122mm shell.
Yeah, not a fun day, I would say. Not a fun day to be that player. Molotov going down to burn the Osttroopen out. Katyusha, I think, should be at this point ready to fire. It is, but it's actually going for the Stern Pioneer on the right, trying to kill it. Double IS-2, by the way, pushing on them. Might kill it, but...
Both of them are above Vet 2, which means they can trade shots with the Panthers at the same range they can. And the one at Vet 3 has increased reload. So these are... Keeping these alive is going to be incredibly important for the Allies.
Yeah. The only thing I will say is we got recon flare going in by the Soviets so they can see those Panthers, but Panthers might have a harder time seeing them. T-34 trying to figure out how to attack these Panthers. Coverage-wise, I don't see any infantry coming into support. I still see some Su-85s guarding in case there's another right hook to get around the IS-2s. But I think
everyone might get ambushed here.
It is going to be ambushed. He's going to pull back, but one more salvo could finish it off. Luckily, it was a bounce.
It should be known that this Command Panther hit Vet 4, which increases the range of the Panther next to him up to the same range, or near the same range of an Su-85. Very close to it.
Damn.
So, that's important.
Hey, that's quite effective. Panzerwerfer firing into mid. Might kill the shock troops here. Super close. Need to retreat them. Looks like they will retreat and they will survive, which is good. That's the shock troops like 60 kills.
Although the Red 5 Volk has 65.
Great shot with the T-34, push back the Osttrooper, which now running into arty fire. I don't think this one's gonna live. Oh, he lived. Good for him.
They're fine.
Oh, the Pioneer Squad that walked into it didn't exactly, but you know, it's fine. It's okay. God, he keeps charging in these shock troops to fight the Panthers. That's really freaking ballsy. I'll give him that. Oh, but conscripts immediately die in mid. Why losing a lot of his frontline infantry? He actually almost has no infantry support at this point. It's all armor.
It's going for a 70. Oh, that one T-34. Oh, it's being sacrificed to the gods. There it goes.
Yeah, a lot of the infantry by Locush just died though, by shock troops. I'll give him that. But I have no idea what this charge is. His ally is way far behind. His armor's not even organized. I don't understand. The artillery wasn't ready. Nothing was ready. Now this huge battle's going off, and one of the big armored vehicles has already died. Panther could fight it.
Panther's a critical mass. There's just too many of them. Although one of them goes down.
One goes down.
Guy 2 is in deep shit right now, being chased by 3 Panthers.
Luckily, Su-85s were there. Conscripts coming on in. Again, I'm not seeing any penals. I'm not seeing anything else. One Su-85's down. Armor advantage is definitely on the Germans, who's diving the Vet 3 Katyusha. T-34 coming on in. along the right-hand side. Unfortunately, though, the IS-2 as well gets taken out. S-285 is flanked. I have no idea why they pushed that battle without having additional support. Panther might die here. It does.
Obvious lack of coordination here. Yeah,
Joey's
allies.
Panthers are the last ones left, and this S-285 is currently in a situation where he's going to be flanked. Do we have anything to support him? Anything at all? This S-285 is currently being chased by a Panther. Luckily, pathfinding might save him.
Well, the allies do have the fuel, but not the manpower or the time to try to reinforce this. So they're living on borrowed time right now.
Yeah, I mean to be fair, no, I mean Lokush also lost a ton of men and resources in that push. Joey's the only one that got out unscathed, in my opinion.
Kublai is in decap left, which is going to further decrease the time the allies have.
Yeah, you're not wrong. The allies do have a little bit more time than, let's say, the Axis, as the Axis are under 50 points, but it's one of those situations where it's just like you need to do a lot with very little. I'm gonna make the assumption that Y is saving up for another IS-2, and Senko is just right now deploying whatever he possibly can to kind of fit the front. But you needed additional ET, you needed conscripts, something, and just nothing was there. And that just absolutely, if they would have had that support, I guarantee you Soviets probably would have won that battle.
Either that or even some landmines. No landmines to even stop the dive. The landmine on the flank, even a landmine be like in a known route you'd think the enemy would go through. Just nothing there to even attempt to stop those Panthers. They just had a free reign.
Yeah, T-34 instigating a fight. He might draw the Panthers in, but I think they're still healing a little bit. Volk squad's fighting in mid, forcing back the MG and killing, I believe, a Maxim that winded up trying to take it.
KV-8 coming from Senko, though. He's done with this infantry, but I don't know how effective that KV-8's going to be with 3 Panthers soon to be on the field. As Chooch is remaking his.
Yeah, slowly but surely. He doesn't have the manpower to instantly deploy all of them, but again, just give him some time, especially if he stops taking losses. But I don't know. Oh, shoot. The better shock troop squad did die in that battle. Panther was firing. No, it doesn't really kill anything. It just suppresses the mortar.
Well, the shock troop's going to have trouble because it's a 34 set up overwatching the midpoint.
But Grenade's going to hit the Oz troop in.
So.
Yeah. At the very least, he'll... Oh my god. Shock troops eventually get suppressed. They might decap the point. Oh, nope. Support gun forces them back.
Kubel is going back up to the left flank again, being annoying. Oh, but there's this right there.
Yep. And there's some type of flare active, so this can see it. I think it might fire one last shot and kill it. No, Kubel gets out just in time. So yeah, like I said, why deploy another IS-2? So we have an IS-2, an S-285, and a T-34 with, I think, a KV being deployed, right? No, he stopped it.
No, he stopped it making a caddy because he realized how stupid it would be to try to send a KV-8 against legitimately all of the Panthers.
Yeah, especially without a ton. Like, they don't have a huge frontline infantry force. They don't have the penals like they did before. Their shock troop army's been cut in half. The conscripts are almost non-existent on the front. I think there's one squad. There's one squad.
They're going for the right flank, but Joey has a machine gun watching that right star, so they're not going to get much done.
Unless they go all the way.
Concerted push for the left flank now.
If they realize to go all the way around, then they might have something. But I think they're just going to walk right into it.
If they go all the way around, they're going to hit the Panther headquarters.
Oh, you're right. He's going all the way around, but yeah, you forgot about the Panther headquarters. So did I, but still.
T-34 on the left flank is dead. 2 Panthers, high veterans, so you're going to ambush it.
Panther just killing the MG in mid. Whoa, yeah, big push going on in by Joey.
Not much a singular S-35 can do against this.
You know, everything. Has to do everything. Actually, shock troops pushing on in will definitely push back Joey's infantry. Panthers as well falling back.
We're not going to get them before they can get the cap off. Yeah.
IS-2 repositioning. S-285 just chilling in the back. Again, I feel like a little more coordination on the Soviet side would really help out. Because, like, right now you have these shock troops pushing in. Not a bad idea on paper, you know, have infantry that's heavy, like a heavy infantry to push on and deal the damage to the opposing infantry, and then you have armor back up so the Panthers have something else to shoot at. But no, they only have one thing to shoot at, which is the shock troops in front of them.
Oh yeah, oh god, another IS-2 is up here now.
Backed up by an S-285. This could be an opportunity. It's a Vet 5 Panther. They might be able to kill one of them, finally, if they can.
Target, though. Doesn't shoot the one that's crippled.
Nope. He's going back on up. The other Panther as well. Going to be chased. Luckily, Lokusha's Panther is coming on in. The double IS-2s are going to have a lot of issues right now. S-285, though, hits Lokusha's Panther. And IS-2 bouncing off the Vet 5 Command Panther. Allies are down. 50 points remaining.
No, they're not going to get a cap. This is going to be... Once the triple cap's enacted, it's 3 points every 4 seconds. So
what you're saying is they don't have a chance.
Well, no, what I'm saying is they have to make something happen very fast.
Well, engineers are capturing the right. They could use an IS-2 if it's veteran to capture... No, they can't. Sorry, it's T-34.
Capturability removed.
Yeah,
when they got safety round added.
Right.
Mortar's being valiantly sent into the star and mid, but there's Ostrup in there.
Even Ostrup can kill a mortar. Although I will say, if you give like a mortar, let's say recruit with shock troops, those are gonna be some pretty beefy support models.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. German forces are capturing the right. Middle is under Ostrup and artillery officer control. Shock troops are capturing left, but they're not going to heal their armor. I think this is GG.
Allies might have enough in the tank just for one more push, but the problem is they can't if they consolidate on one star, there's just going to be one thing sent to the other side. Yep. And this one brave con squad with only 2 kills is getting lit upon by all of the enemies.
Yeah, the Austrian just need to stay there with the artillery officer. And there's a Vet 5 Volk squad with 70 kills. My God.
I think this is a replacement Volk squad too. This was a new one after the other one died.
I don't... If it has 72 kills and it's new, I don't want to know what the old one had.
Honestly, yeah.
Alright, but yeah, I think that's going to be it. So Joey, what are your general thoughts on this game, if I may ask?
Well, Allies are doing very good, actually. Once they had their, concerted fighting force, once all their units were together, they were doing pretty well. Their shock troops, when those were still alive, the high veterancy ones had complete domination of the field. There was nothing that could touch them, especially after the veteran Volk Grenadiers got removed from play early on. It was absolute bloodbath. It was an absolute bloodbath for them. Yeah, however, that one push fucked them. That one push from Y, he split apart. He lost a T-34-85 when he should have sent a 76 in, and he sent that into 4 Panthers, which caused him to get split apart and focus fired down one of the IS-2s, and the other IS-2 was not there to support it. Neither was the other S-35. 1,300 total losses.
All right, let me double check.
1,300.
Oh my God! All right, so yeah, look at losses here. Senko did quite a lot of damage and more kills than his ally Y. Joey, though, thank you, by the way, for submitting this replay and being an awesome supporter on my Patreon. Did 6-digit numbers, 111,000 damage, 689, and 391 kills. Lokush, I will say you were the weaker out of the bunch. You were taking a lot of losses with the infantry. But that being said, I think it wasn't necessarily your fault directly. I think it was indirectly because of the fact you chose a commander with weaker infantry, and you versed someone with literally the best Soviet infantry that they could deploy for close-range combat. And it demolished your men quite easily. So, that's a key issue. Overall, let's double-check everyone's damage. Yeah, so those shock troops, by the way, got a total of 95 kills. S-285 on via Senko got 26,000 damage. Let's see. Y got number 91 kills with his conscripts. And also...
You don't want to see Joey's Volks. You do not want to see what his Volks Grenadiers have.
What Joey's Volks?
Yeah.
Actually, it doesn't say how many total kills they have.
187.
Really?
Click on it. Yes, 187.
It doesn't say... What is that, like, for MVP unit or something?
Yeah.
For me, I'm looking at Joey right now. It doesn't say that. It gives me flame kills, 12. So thanks, game.
Oh, right next to that. Right next to that.
It doesn't say anything.
Exterminator.
Oh, nope. I have core combatant, number produced 4.
Oh. Well, mine says Exterminator Volks Grenadiers, 187 kills.
Jesus Christ. Lokush, do I get to see your... No, I don't get to see anything here. I see your Panthers, number 1. But that's about it.
The Ostrupin even got 83 infantry kills. What in the world?
Yeah, I just have produced. I have core combatant. I'm like, thanks, game. I was more interested in kills, but that's fine. But no, overall good game. I think this is just a clear example of waiting for a good time to strike, and both sides played really well. Good units, good composition. Unfortunately, and also good luck. I mean, Y and Senko had some very good luck with their armor and survivability. Same thing with the Panthers. But eventually the luck ran out. They engaged too early without everyone being ready, and they just got annihilated slowly but surely. And the battle slowly turned in the favor of Joey and Lil Koosh. So, good game. Good game, all things considered. But in any case, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure you submit your replays, greyshotproductions@gmail.com. I'll take a look. But otherwise, thank you, Johnny, once again for helping me cast these games.
No problem. Always here.
And yeah, this has been Greyshot17 and Johnny, and we'll see all of you next time. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17, and before I go, I want to give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Milam, Joey G240, Anton, Bishara, Ion, PyroShark, Ace, and Jakub Ocwieja. Seriously guys, thank you so much for your amazing support, especially over the past month. Been through a lot of personal hurdles, but you guys make it a little easier knowing that you guys support me. And same thing with the patrons down below. But this has been Greyshot17 and his amazing patrons, and I'll see all of you next time.